The college football experience, Old Dominion Monarchs 2025 season preview episode. The Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, get up to $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com with our promo code TCESGPN. And remember, as always, folks, too, let it ride.
Hey, everybody, Joe Theismann here. You're listening to SGPN. So do this, let it ride.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football experience. Old Dominion Monarchs 2025 season preview episode. We are here breaking down all 136 teams. YouTube.com/the college experience. Hit that like and subscribe button as we preview the ODU Monarchs. I love a team. Take notes, by the way. So look, this is a program that was playing ball all the way up till 1940, and they threw in the towel in 1940. I'm assuming that's World War II related potentially. They didn't have a 41 season, and they never came back until 2009 when Bobby Wilder and ODU got it together. And now 16 years strong. They've been to FCS playoffs. They've been to bowl games. Won the Bahamas Bowl, had a 10-win season in the FBS. So take notes to all those schools out there being complete cowards. I'm looking at you, Gonzaga, Creighton, Marquette, and so on. Cal State Fullerton, who built a new stadium, and then the year after said, you know what, we're going to quit football. Classic economics. Look, all those schools should bring back the program because, hey, nothing more exciting than having a college football program. And ODU is doing it. If you're, we're going to talk all about this upcoming season because a lot of room for optimism, I think, if you're a Monarchs fan. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, that's fair. My name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I smoke and I drink and I don't have stress and I'm healthy.
Very healthy. We're like 23 days away from football? I don't know how to count. All right, I'm just here for it all. All right. I am joined by my co-host. He's also the host of the college basketball experience with myself. When the season tips in basketball, we're live every single night of the season, covering every single game. We've been doing it for years. Same with football, by the way. So you want to subscribe, youtube.com/the college experience. That's the hub for all of it. Give it up for former staffer at Austin Peay with the Governors, at South Carolina with the Gamecocks, and at West Virginia with the Mountaineers, Ryan McIntyre, aka Monalan Mac. How are you, brother?
What's up, man? Yes, fitting that we're doing the ODU preview currently in Virginia Beach, not too far in the 757, baby. Let's go Monarchs.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight. Yeah, man, I'm all on board with these Monarchs. Let's get the slideshow going. All right. Look, George Mason, take notes. Start your football program. Ricky Rahne is the head honcho at Old Dominion, although they did have a blunder in 2020 when they canceled their season.
Ugh.
Nonsense. But look, Ricky Rahne, I think, so this is how I think ball a little bit. You see the record, 20-30. I think he's a really good coach. He's got 3 losing seasons in a row. And I believe 4 because the other one was a bowl season. So he was 6-7 the year that you're not seeing there in 21. He's been to 2 bowls, but he has yet to have a winning season in Norfolk. But I think he's a good football coach. So he had to deal with no season where his team transferred. That was his year 1, by the way. Yeah. Hey, welcome. Here's your roster. We're going to cancel the season because of some nonsense. But then in 21, they go 6-7, make a bowl, which I thought was very impressive. I thought the next year they were 3-9, but they were like bad luck 3-9. I thought they kind of played almost at a bowl level. And then 6-7 on a year. And I must admit that I bet them on the under that year because the best players had left, and yet they go bowling. So I ate shit on that one. And then last year, 5-7, and some close losses, man. The Sunbelt champ was a 7-point game. The Oyster Bowl there against Marshall. The JMU game was a 3-point game. The App State game was a 1-score game. The Coastal game was a 1-score game. The South Carolina, ECU, they only lost by 6, but South Carolina game, they outgained South Carolina and had the game in position to win. Like they were winning with 4 minutes left, fumbled inside their own 10-yard line on a quarterback draw, or it wasn't even a design quarterback draw, if memory serves me correct. He just tries to run it. So when I watch them, I say, damn, I think he's a pretty good coach, but yet he has yet to have a winning season. That's how it is. I do think it's a pivotal year for him, because I think you can't trust your administration to be on the same level as Pick Dundee. So where are you at with Coach Rahne? Because I feel like he gets the most out of his rosters each year, because a lot of these guys leave in the portal this year. Not as much, but where are you at with Coach?
Yeah, I like Ricky Rahne. You really dive into it. 30 losses at ODU, 17 of them have been by 1 score. That's crazy. That many 1-score losses last year. Outside of the Virginia Tech, every loss was a 1-score game. 6 out of 7 were 1-score losses. So, to your point, including a bye game at South Carolina, where they were right there to pull off the big upset. So, yeah, I think that he is a solid coach. Now, I guess on the other end, you could be like, well, good coaches find a ways to win those 1-score games. But I also don't think his teams have been that super talented. And I think that he's maximized what he's had on his roster. So, but he's got to put it together this year. His seat is warm, unfortunately, just because of the circumstances. But they didn't get bit in the portal as much as they have in the past.
Yeah, I actually think this is his most talented roster because of that. And shout out to the chat. Jeremy Carson in the chat. He says they should have beat South Carolina. He also says been following us since the basketball days. And we're going to make enough money betting ODU football to buy Jeff Jones a new heart. Want to send out thoughts and prayers to Jeff Jones. I hope everything's going well with everything health wise. Long time college basketball. Great. And how about, we got people in Finland tuning into us right now.
I know the season's near. People are getting fired up. And we had Mike Jones on, the new ODU head coach, on the Coach's Store. We'll have him on again. So shout out to the Monarchs.
Mike Jones, let's go. Look, the offense. They found somebody last year. First off, Kevin Decker is an OC that I have been following. I host the FCS College Football Experience. I know we haven't been doing a ton of episodes this season, just a couple. But I follow the FCS game very closely. Kevin Decker was at Fordham, where I thought he did a tremendous job with multiple quarterbacks there and multiple, they would get rated in the portal too. 69th in scoring offense, 103rd in pass offense, 14th in rush offense, 54th in total offense. Kevin Decker. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm impressed with the coaching hires underneath them. And they found something last year in Colton Joseph. This is a guy that was not their starting quarterback. He was a freshman last year, first off. He was not their starting quarterback. Grant Nelson, I believe. I'm getting them confused with the Virginia Tech. Grant Noel.
Wilson. Grant Wilson.
Yes, Grant Wilson. Okay. Who's Grant Nelson?
He's at Indiana now.
Yeah,
Grant
he did.
Grant Nelson was the power forward for Alabama.
Yes. And Grant Noel is the quarterback I thought I was confusing him with from Virginia Tech. There's too many Grants. But Colton Joseph, is the freshman that really was impressive. Multiple games over 300 yards. He's got some wheels too. Very impressive. He missed. I think it was the final game of the season. He missed though, but you saw some flash in him, and I remember I was in the top 5 for DFS for college football, and some bozo played him at like 400K, like just so cheap, and he just wrecked it. He threw for like 330, had like 65 yards on the ground, and I was like, who the fuck is Colton Joseph, right? But he was balling out last year. I think they found something, and that's a reason I think to be optimistic. Now you got to avoid the sophomore slump. Got to avoid. Well, I don't know if you avoid it, but the opportunities of scattered ass going through Norfolk. Those are real when you're a quarterback anywhere you go. All right. But dude, he could play, and he is one of 3 starters back. Him and both tackles. I think if you had to tell me what would you want back, I think this would be the 3 that I would rank first: quarterback, left tackle, right tackle. Maybe you throw the center in there or something, but okay. They did have, they have, I guess, lack of starting experience to a certain extent, but I do believe this is the most he's very confident about this year's team, like I never seen before. So, they hit the portal, but not super aggressively. They brought in Hargrove, the running back from Georgia. That is, that's a nice land. That's a nice get there. I don't know if he's going to start because they have Devin Roche, I think his name is, or Sydney Mbanasaur from Tulane, a wideout coming in there. Tight end Dawson Johnson from Florida, Logan Cox from Kansas State, Ryan Joyce from Fordham, where he's familiar with the OC, and Griffin Duggan from Va Tech. So the O line seems to be pretty good there. That's as Sam's saying in the chat here. Yeah, they have 52 career starts on the O line, so that is a good thing. I'm just gonna go ahead and say, as long as Colton Joseph stays healthy, that this offense will be around the same, if not higher. Probably higher if he stays healthy all 12 games. And Mac, we should emphasize this here: the Sunbelt, much like the CUSA, even though the Sunbelt's a much better conference, a little bit of a how do I say this? I would say like they're in kind of a rebuilding phase.
Yeah.
You have Coastal since Chadwell left. App got Dowlett Loggins coming in, right? Marshall, their whole team left, right? Southern Miss now inherited Marshall. Maybe they're really good. We think they're going to be really good, but Louisiana lost everybody on a team that played in the championship game. ULM, Bryant Vincent's in the second year. Troy, South Alabama, coach is still in their second year. So the whole conference kind of seems in a rebuild. And the only continuity we see is Butch Jones at Arkansas State, Clay Helton at Georgia Southern, and Ricky Rahne at ODU. I'd say those are the 3 that stand out. Am I forgetting one? Maybe.
I think you hit them all, but I'm with you, man. I think Joseph on the offensive side, I think they take a step forward. Year 2 in Decker's offense. He took over, I think early. I think it was week 5, as soon as Sunbelt play started, and I thought he did a good job. He hit a little bit of that freshman wall in November in the JMU and App game a little bit, but for the most part, I thought he did a good job. So I think that this offense will take a step back or step forward. I think this offensive line is going to be a pivotal part of it as well.
Yeah, keep an eye on Ja'Cory Thomas too, a JUCO wideout that's coming through. Sam Malone in the chat. Who's your team, Sam Malone? Because deepest G6 conference, I think this year it's Mountain West personally.
Because of all the good coaches.
Yeah, we get one, but I guess you'd put that right Sunbelt maybe next. I don't know. The AAC Sunbelt. I certainly wouldn't put the others after that. Now let's talk about the defensive side of the ball, because the defense, well, this is a former Dub V guy, I believe, right? He at least coached there. Might have played there. Blake, how do I pronounce his name again? Seiler. Is it Seller? Yeah. Didn't he play at Dub V, or did he coach at Dub V? I remember this from years ago. 87th in scoring defense a season ago, 101st in pass defense, rush defense at 97, charting at the 102nd best defense in the country. Did he coach there?
Yeah, he was with Dana the final year. He was with Dana the final year. Yeah,
I knew there was some tie into him at Dub V. Look, the defense. Okay. Question on the D line. Only Chris Trinidad is back on the D line. Shout out to Jason Henderson. I know his pops listened to our show over the years, and he's been a beast linebacker for them. I know he had some injury problems, but he's going to tear it up this year. And shout out to the Henderson family. Also, how about the linebacking core? Mario Thompson, Colberth back. You get 3 linebackers back. You bring back safety Mario Easterly as well. They go out to the portal, but it's not super aggressively. Bring in Botros, great name, Alessandro from Purdue, and I think he's penciled in to start. Nick-Andre Steiger from Kansas State comes in. Colin Collier from TCU comes in. They go to New Mexico and Bronco Mendenhall to get a long snapper, and Brendan Durkin and kicker Riley Kaganaw from or Callahan Kaganaw. What am I talking about? From Sela. The defensive line is the thing I circle here. I think the linebacking core is super good. One of the best in the Sunbelt. If the D line can play strong, I'm just going to say the defense is going to be in a better spot. I will say they jump up at least 15, 20 spots. Now, a lot of that has to do with, to me, the Sunbelt being worse.
Yeah.
But sign me up. Defense improved. How about you?
Yes. So Seiler's in his 6th season with ODU now. After coming off the West Virginia stint with Dana. So yeah, I like the pieces that they added in the secondary. Couple guys that I think are able to slide in and produce right away. Can they hold up in the trenches? They did not attack the portal as much as I thought they would, but I think they trust the guys in their program that didn't leave.
Yeah. I know I watched some of the media day clips where you could watch this for any team and get this answer, but he talked about like how his receivers, this is the deepest receiving core, deepest line of scrimmage, offense and defense that they've had. We'll see. I believe the O-line thing. The D-line, we'll see. Let's get to the schedule and the state of the program. But before we do that, I want to let you know that the college football experience, ODU Monarch style, is brought to you by, us. We are the college football experience. We're a part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, and the Sports Gambling Podcast is back with their 32-team NFL preview series. They're also bringing back the phrase that pays. Each episode, they'll give out one word of a 32-word phrase. Submit that phrase for a chance to win $1,000 circa future. And remember, as always, to let it ride. We're also brought to you by mybookie.ag. Yes. MyBookie is your place to bet on every single sport, including all the summer sports. I got action on a CFL game currently on. MLB, WNBA, racing, golf, tennis, and of course, college football futures. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of different locations as well. You can easily deposit, get lightning fast payouts using crypto. So head on over to mybookie.ag. But when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. Of course, that's mybookie.ag. Promo code TCESGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. You probably have heard me talk about Rhythm before. They just dropped a new game-changing feature called Power Trends. Essentially, the best of what their house model has to offer. These are AI-detected patterns or Rhythm's model has consistently won and has a very high ROI. Think like a strikeout prop that wins 59% of the time when the line and win probability hit a certain range. Power trends are updated daily and exclusive to Rhythm and Rhythm only. No touts, no noise, just clean data-backed bets, baby. And the MLB power trends are dominating. They're crushing it. A lot of unders on batter hit props that are collectively hitting at a 70% rate. Fading players is profitable, folks. The WNBA power trends since All-Star break are 27-16. That with a 23.36% ROI. Whew, it's cooking over there. Nice little bankroll builder for college football coming around the corner. Download the Rhythm app, check out power trends, and start betting smarter. You know damn well we will be. Get your free 7-day trial period today. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. All right. Let's go. Yeah. I mean, Sam, if you're basing it on last year, I think that might be different, or the year prior, but I think this year's Mountain West, man, I think the floor is, I think New Mexico is going to be a lot better than people think. Nevada, like who's there? Wyoming. I think all those three schools will be vastly improved. So I think it's the deepest, personally, in my opinion. Just this year, that could change. It will change, actually, because of the Pac-12 next year. Let's jump into the state of the program. This is a program that was brought back to life. All right. You thought it was dead. No. Why, Mac? Why aren't more schools doing this? I read something today about how much money James Madison has made. Did you see that? Did you see that shit?
Over 100,000 donors,
dude. And since they went from FCS to FBS, just money has come out the woodworks on James Madison. They're going to be a power school. I know the ODU doesn't. The Royal Rivalry, they don't like JMU, but it's just a no-brainer. I think like George Mason and VCU and all these other schools, UNC Wilmington and stuff like that have gigantic enrollments, Grand Canyon, Utah Valley, all these schools should be getting a football program together. It is a great thing for your university. And ODU had the cojones to do it, and look at it. They've been doing good, man. Considering 16 years. When you have a double-digit win season on the FBS ranks, I mean, first off, they started off FCS, right? And 9-win season, 8-win season, 10-win season, 11-win season, right? 8-win season again. Then they jump up 6-6, but they were back then. The NCAA wouldn't let you go to the bowl. They were bowl eligible year one in the FBS. Then 5-7, then 10-3. I mean, major wins against Virginia Tech. 2 bowl games the last 4 years. They're building something there, man. And it's coaching, it's fan base, it's also stadium. And this is an intriguing one, man, because SB Ballard Stadium. So this is also Foreman Field, which is a legendary stadium if you know stadiums, but they kind of ditched most of Foreman Field. It's almost like Stanford's. So it's a little tricky. Stanford, they kind of redid theirs, but kept elements of theirs in the stadium. You're playing on Foreman Field, essentially. 89 years young. Some huge games played there. I'm giving this thing a 7 of 10. Now, I will say, I kind of wish they would have kept the model of the old one. Like the old model, folks, was that, right?
Look at that thing.
Yeah, that almost has a little bit of like Sun Bowl to it. They still did a decent job to me. Yeah, that's the old model. I got like 3 or 4 photos of the old model.
Taylor Heineke.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, that was a cool stadium that they had. Now, I understand that it was not. They wanted to seat more. That ODU is a big university, so they had to figure some things out. That thing was ancient, right? So I think they did a decent job. I mean, like, I still love the old design. I wish they would have catered a little bit more to the old design, but I still think they did a pretty good job at pumping this thing up. And yeah, and shout out to Carlton, who stormed the field. I have some photos. You're Carlton. I think I might have some photos of you coming up soon, buddy.
He's drunk at the beach.
Yeah, I'm giving this thing a 7 of 10. And I do appreciate they're playing on the field that has been there so long, and a tiny bit of the stadium is still there. What are you giving this thing 1 to 10?
I think 7's fair. I like you said, it's a nice G5 stadium here. I like the way it just is made up. It feels perfect for ODU. I think it seats 23,000 now. And I think as ODU continues to invest in the program, we can build this up even more. So yeah, I'll give it a 7.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. I mean, it's a nice stadium, man, for putting it together. Like, and look, Carlton.
He's in there.
Wait, which one's Carlton? I know I got a couple other photos from this, I think. And always remember, folks, you pay money to go to college, a ridiculous price.
Especially meeting Tech.
Fucking Storm always. All right. You're going to remember that the rest of your life. You're paying for that experience. Do not listen to Greg Sankey's nonsense. I know none of the Sunbelt listen to him, but still, which one's Carlton?
He's in there.
I see him in there. He's in there somewhere. All right. He's 17 Jaeger bombs deep there. Where is he at? That game was hilarious watching Real Money Kramer just suffer. You're giving it a 7. I'm giving it a 7. I like the stadium. Might even have to get to a game this year. Yeah, man. Good job. Well done. Bringing football back to Old Dominion, because every school should be playing football. It's the greatest sport on fucking planet Earth. Let's go. They did a good job, man. They did a good job of you know what I appreciate, even though they didn't go like exactly after the model of the old one. And there's another shot, Carlton, somewhere in there. They did a good job of still making it look like a classic stadium. You'll see that right there. See, established 1930. I can dig that, and it's the old brick. It's kind of like the baseball stadiums that have been going back. The Padres Stadium, like a bunch of these stadiums that have they're having like a renaissance, going back to the old image that what is baseball. I dig that about what they did there, so I can appreciate that. Let's get to state of the program, man. I know it's great seeing these fans. Is that Carlton? Did you paint your face and dress like a lion? If so, I love it. Yeah, fantastic stuff. Good fans, man. Good fans. They're desperate for a winner there. State of the program, I put it at 6. I know they've had they haven't had a winning season over under Ricky Rahne, but they have been in 2 bowls in the past 4 years. And the fact they do have a new stadium, the fact they brought football back, I see potential in the program. So I'm going to give it a 6. And after this season, when we're doing this next year, I'm going to say it's probably going to be a 7 or 8, right? What are you giving the state of the Old Dominion program?
I'm going 5, just because they have not had a winning season since before COVID. Now, with that said, a lot of transition, a lot of things moving against them. But hey, an opportunity to move up here. Let's go Monarchs.
Let's go. Let's talk about the schedule this upcoming season, because before we do that, actually, let me let you know that the college football experience is brought to you by Circa Millions and Circa Survivor. Yes, the world's greatest sports book, Circa Las Vegas, is hosting the world's biggest pro football contest. Circa Millions, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo, with over $21 million in guaranteed prizes. You can't call yourself a true DGen if you're not competing in the Circa football contest. Come hang out with SGPN and the college football experience. Circa contest weekend, August 21st to August 23rd. We will be out there covering college football for week 0 and all the other games going on, Farmageddon and all the other games going on for week 0. An amazing weekend, including live shows, open bars, plus you get 15% off the Circa stay with us with the promo code SGP15. You're welcome. The contests are open to everyone too. So sign up in Nevada. You can play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com. Use the promo code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. And we're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million in first place. Look, there's no waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best ball is the best way to play fantasy football, folks. So get on over to Underdog Fantasy. And when you do sign up, you got to use our code TCESGPN to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus credits there. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code TCESGPN. All right, we are back, and yes, Carlton is talking about, Virginia Tech did cancel all games at SB Ballard Stadium.
Scared.
God. I mean, I understand what they're doing. The ACC plays a lot of these group of fives at their place. And that's the way it should be, in my opinion. I actually think it should be. Everyone wants to play 9 conference games or 8 conference games. I don't care what the number is, but just if they can all agree to the same number, the power conferences, and then I would encourage all to play one group of 5 on the road. But unfortunately, everyone's looking out for their own interest.
Yep.
It's a bummer. But look, Old Dominion beat them there last time they played, right?
Beat them twice.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is logical in a way.
Tired of losing to ODU.
Yeah. Shout out to Lane Gretzky saying ODU versus JMU must be called the Royal Rumble. I agree. Let's go. Let's talk about this schedule because week 1. Oh boy. Old Dominion heading to Indiana, where Grant Wilson is on the staff at Indiana, is on the roster, and a lot of them, from what I understand, he is going to be a GA, I think, after the season too. So like, you wonder what they can, what type of intel they can give on the. Look, I hope ODU upsets them, but I Signetti talks so much shit. It would be hilarious if they lost to Old Dominion, but I'll take Indiana. 0-1 for the Monarchs. What are you doing here?
Yeah, although Indiana has a lot to replace, I think Indiana rolls here. I'll go 0-1 for the Monarchs.
Then week 2, was it Trey Oliver, I believe, head coach of NC Central. Look, they keep a good program there. And Carlton, what are you saying with NC Central did some tampering last year with ODU? Because NC Central recently was complaining about Virginia Tech tampering with them. It's like the meme with everyone with the guns. The Spider-Man thing too. Yeah. Central will give you more than you think. Who's their quarterback again? Who's a baller? Their quarterback is a baller. Walker Harris. Yes. Yeah. Been very impressed with his play. Keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for Walker Harris at NC Central. Surprised he's not with an FBS actually. I'll give you the first win here. Good. I will say this: if you come out flat, Central's not bad. So you should win this game. But if for any reason you're flat or your quarterback's dinged up or something, this could be a ball game. But give me ODU.
Yeah, same. They ODU's got to get this one. So yeah, give me a 1-1 here. Bounce back.
Then after that, they are headed to Blacksburg. Please
beat them,
dude. I actually think this is like
take the points.
They always play him chippy, man. They always play him chippy, and I'm like, I don't even know about Virginia Tech this year, man. Like, I got to interview Brent Pry. I went kind on him, and I said you were 0-6 in 1-score games last year. Or I'm sorry, in games 10 points or less. He's really, I believe, 1-11 or 1-12 in 2 years, right? Or 3 years in his tenure at Virginia Tech. I do believe that is a coaching thing. I don't think that's blame it on the players. I think, man, you keep losing that many close games.
Yeah.
That's got to be coaching. I'll take ODU in the points, but I got to give it to the Hokies. But it wouldn't shock me. I'll tell you that. I believe ODU has a much better coaching staff.
It's a night game at Lane, so I think Tech is too much for athletes, and I don't think that ODU they're sleeping on ODU because they've lost to them before.
Yeah, that game's fun though. I do like that
Yeah.
game on the schedule. Then we get a bye week. Then you come out of the bye week and you take on the Flamin' Libs of
They
Liberty.
could get them,
Oh,
man.
man.
They could.
This game's awesome. They could get them, especially because Liberty's off of JMU. You know what? This is going to be a Benedict of me. I think on that preview, I'm not 100%, but I think on the Liberty preview, I had Liberty beating No, I think I might have had them losing this game. I think I might have had them losing this game.
I'm on ODU home dog off a bye week. Let's go.
Yeah. No, I see. I think that what I'm thinking of is I took them to beat JMU. You took JMU to beat Liberty.
I think Liberty might lose both.
No, they're gonna get one of them. But they're gonna lose this one. This is the one they lose. This place will be on fire for this. Love this game on the schedule too. Great non-con, by the way. I know the Indiana one is weird, but like Central being right there down the road as an FCS. Virginia Tech, Liberty. I mean, the Indiana one's even a little bit compelling.
2-2 for me.
I'm with you. 2-2. Then conference play starts, and the Chanticleers are coming up to Norfolk. This is a win for ODU. Go listen to my Coastal preview. I took ODU 3-2.
Yep.
What are you
doing?
Same.
3-2 here. They keep protecting home field to start.
Then a trip to Huntington, West Virginia. I took ODU here. I like it because it's before it's really cold in Huntington. Marshall's all over the place. You took Marshall, didn't you?
I took the Herd. 3-3 for I gave them the Liberty and Coastal games. I think they dropped this road game.
I got them 4-2, and then you do have the Royal Rumble. All right. ODU at JMU.
Why is this on Thursday night?
I know. These fucking TV execs don't know anything. They keep force feeding us. They force feed us these like, hey, here's Maryland and UCLA on a Friday night.
Shotgun.
That's what I like. Do they realize the irony is
it pisses me off because we're within driving distance of all these games. Like, dude, put this on Thursday and Wednesday night, and we'll go to them.
Well, the irony too is like, no one wants that game. So you're doing all these things to get more TV ratings in other games. You like, oh, you get USC Michigan, that'll draw a huge number. But then you're like pissing off the average fan, where you're like, hey, here's UCLA Maryland. Right? Regionality is the sport. People want to see more. I do believe that Old Dominion JMU would draw a bigger number on the week if you put it on the same network. Now they can cook the books a little bit by throwing on ESPNU, where half the country doesn't get ESPNU. You put that shit on ESPN the same time as you put Maryland and UCLA. I think ODU JMU could beat them. Maybe I'm a fool. But I look, I lived very close to UCLA. I bartended right there for a long time. There ain't people coming in the bar saying, put the UCLA game on, even in that fucking area. You know what I mean? Yeah, I stand by my statements, but I'll take JMU to win this game.
I'll take JMU in this game as well, but I anticipate a chippy one here. Tough back-to-back road spot going to Marshall than JMU.
Yeah. Jeremy and Johnny Carson. Jeremy Carson.
Chippy.
So then they come out of that, and App State comes to town. What did I do?
I just go to you. This is one of the losses for App I had. So 4-4 for me. I believe App. Who was App off of?
It's a great game.
App
this should be a weekday
too. The rivalry game. There's so many.
I think I might have joined you on ODU getting them
4-4.
That puts me at 5-3.
Rahne.
Then a trip to Monroe, Louisiana. This is always sneakier than you think.
know.
You ask JMU about going to ULM. All right, give me ULM to get them. Someone like I got between App and ULM, they're gonna lose one.
I'm going to take ODU. I think the maturity of this roster gets this win, gets it done. They're experienced this year, so give me ODU. Avoid the upset down there in Monroe to start November. 5-3 or 5-4. Sorry.
Yeah, we both got them at 5-4. They get another bye week. Then they come out of the bye week, and the Troy Trojan men are
Thursday night game.
Dude, we should go to this one, man.
They're gonna win this game.
Yeah, they will win this. I'm not very high on Troy. So that will be 6. That's a bowl right there. 6 and what are we at? 6-4.
Yeah,
6-4. 6-4. Then a trip to take on Clay Helton and the Georgia Southern Eagles. Why do I feel like they could fuck up their season? This might be a perfect money line play for ODU. Helton always chokes, man. They were in position last year. They always like are in a good spot to make the Sunbelt championship, and then they choke. I'll say it's a loss, though. I think Southern's a little more talented.
I agree, but with the way that we laid out the schedule, this game will have some Sunbelt championship juice. If they take losses to Indiana and Virginia Tech, and even potentially Liberty, those aren't conference losses. So yeah, but 6-5 for me. I think Georgia Southern too much at home.
Yeah, and the fact that you guys did beat the shit out of them last year, I think that was the game I was on. Then Georgia State and Del McGee coming to town. I do like ODU here. 7 wins, 7-5.
Yep. Let's go. Let's go. We got Ricky Rahne to a winning season here. He's been due. They got a lot of experience coming back. And also the other thing about Ricky Rahne, he's a Bill Snyder guy. Come on, he's gonna get this thing going.
Oh, yeah.
He's a good coach.
Yeah. And James Franklin. He's a James Franklin guy too. Look, ODU, the win total is 5.5. They're plus 1,100 to win the Sun Belt, plus 8,000 to make the CFP. I'm gonna go ahead and say, if you're an ODU fan, I do think there is value on plus 1,100 to win the Sun Belt.
With that schedule.
Hear me out here. I know, like, I'm fascinated by the Sun Belt East this year more than the West, because JMU, I think, is everyone's favorite, right? Well, they're starting quarterback. I don't know that he's going to be healthy. Now they have Sluka coming in, but their starting quarterback took an ACL injury, I believe, late last season. Makes it more interesting to me, especially because what do you do when he is healthy? You going to go with Sluka? You going to go with Barnett, right? It creates a little drama there. And then, I mean, the only one I'm going to rule out for sure in the East is what, Marshall and maybe Georgia State. Like, I think, but I kind of think, personally, I think Marshall's the only one I really truly rule out. I think the other ones are all capable. Like, I know I locked up App State on the over. I really feel like this is a team that could easily get to the championship game.
This is a good schedule. I mean, what games are they going to be dogs in? At JMU and at Georgia Southern.
Yeah. And what are they? So from the West, they draw ULM and Troy. Those are the ones you want.
This might be the best schedule outside of what, Southern Miss.
Yeah. What they need to do, though, what they need to hope is that the Indiana, Virginia Tech, Liberty games aren't body blow games.
Yeah.
Because if
luckily Tech isn't like a super physical team.
I'm just saying, like, that's an aggressive non-con schedule. I mean, Central's a winning team in the FCS every year, so like, shout out to the non-con schedule. But I'm just saying, you got to stay healthy through that. Then in conference, I do like your chance. I like.
They got a great
how would you power rank them? I guess I would power rank JMU 1, App 2.
But they get App home.
Southern 3, maybe. I don't know. I mean, like ODU, Southern.
They got a bunch of the what would be toss-up games at home. Coastal would be a toss-up. App, I think, is a little bit of a toss-up. And then you get a Georgia State as well. And I think that the two best teams, you get them on the road. If they can just find a way to steal it at JMU or Georgia Southern, they're right there.
Yeah, all they need is one of those.
And
they got to take care of business against the other ones. But I'm saying, like, because I mean, I think they'll be able to take care of business. But like Coastal is a game they need to take care of business. That Coastal's capable of beating you. I mean, Georgia State, by the time they get him, is like the end of Del McGee's second season. That could be a little sneakier than we think. I'm on the over, though. I'll lock it.
I think we should. Ricky Rahne back against the wall. Let's trust him. I think this is when you want to back him here. Back against the wall, Foxhole spot, Ricky Rahne, winning season. Let's go.
We are locking up ODU over 5.5 wins. Let's go. All right, folks. You are watching a triple header from us. We have the Florida Atlantic Owls next in Del Boca Vista in about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And then after that, we will be talking San Diego State Aztec football. So see you in about 15, 20 minutes. Remember, we're breaking down all 136 college football teams. Subscribe, youtube.com/the college experience, iTunes, Spotify. By the way, we have secret episodes that I was at media days. I interviewed a bunch of coaches, a commissioner, and we didn't have video. So it's audio only. So subscribe, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Yeah, can't wait to watch this Monarch team this year. Give Moneyline Mac a follow on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at TheColbyD. The College Football Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Colton, let me know if you go to that ECU NC State game. All right. We'll huff paint in the parking lot. You know what I mean? Let's go. Look, I did a nice little slideshow to honor ODU football on the way out here. Let's go Monarchs. And hell yeah, college football is back. Let's go. This is the College Football Experience, ODU Monarch style. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Mailbox 1. You have 7 messages.
1.
I'm not saying I'm impossible to outsmart my body and soul, or nothing without heart. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outrun my body and soul, or nothing without love. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outdo my body and soul, or nothing without truth. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're nothing without yourself. We're the obsession to be a part of that, started that. Mind over matter don't matter in the market. I've seen much smarter cats have heart attacks. Largely cause leaders need lambs to be lethargic. Match wits with the half-wit phantom. I don't need jumper cables or mic cords to analyze an analytical anthem. Between my two ears, an engine pumping the life force. Force field for your grip on the grievance. Still gonna feel unchallenged and bored stiff. So arrange the pieces to appear cohesive. All the hard work will go largely ignored if your hands are covered with post-its and paper cuts. You need to have your voice in the vice grip. The one who made it famous ain't the one who made it up. You don't get overtime just for working the night shift.
I'm taking a piss right now. It's like
I'm not saying I'm impossible to outsmart mind, body, and soul, or nothing without heart. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outrun mind, body, and soul, or nothing without love. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outdo mind, body, and soul, or nothing without truth. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're nothing without yourself. Every time I close my eyes, I'm taken to the same place, a playing field, and every contestant's got the game face. Everybody's yelling, you ought to play it safe. Make sure them shoes are tied and ankles tape. Shake the cobweb, hit the ground running. This is how cunning I can get with the footwork. You're doing it right, well, it shouldn't hurt. Flirt with greatness, still I run the famous. Nice high heels, I got mics for spikes. Trampling the home team and the turf for life. For the few fleet of foot, too fast as for me, I fear none, cause I run and ignore the pain of feet by the tree that are fast asleep. In love with the game, you adore the head. I believe in achievement. My soul isn't rewarded just cause it's easy goal and moves toward it. I'm not saying I'm impossible to outsmart mind, body, and soul, and nothing without heart. I'm not saying I'm impossible to outrun mind, body, and soul, and nothing without love. I'm not saying I'm impossible to outdo mind, body, and soul, and nothing without truth. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're nothing without yourself. Conspiracy theories, gotta love them clearly. Nothing's more entertaining than entertaining a query. Just the words of the wise and the weary. Recognize the authors of reality and theory. Theoretically, I could have won Scribble Jam. In reality, I lost to a legend. Theoretically, I'm best friends with Uncle Sam. In reality, I've never even met him. Now, one day my potential may become reputation. Until then, I'm still a work in progress. I suggest you question what I'm saying. If anything, to become familiar with the process. My agenda may suit your needs. When I say your bill of rights has been ripped to shreds, but if it defends what you believe, hold dear to your truths and scream fuck seeds. I'm not saying I'm impossible to outsmart mind, body, and soul, and nothing without heart.